Welcome everyone to today's class. I'm so excited to have you here and welcome to this program where I'll be showing you exactly how to teach your kids at home. This is the introductory part of the training, and in this training I'm going to be walking you through the importance of teaching your kids at home. All right. And we're also going to be talking about the mindset, the right expectation, and the kind of goals that you need to set. I hope you're excited because I am. All right. You see, as parents, we always strive to provide the best for our kids. We want them to improve across board, do exceptionally well in school, and be the best that they can be. Well, there's no better way to do that than by being actively involved in their learning journey at home. And the truth is, your stocks as a good parent, it just went up by at least 500%, just for the fact that you are in this training. Relax, you're in a perfect place. Before we begin, I want us to talk about teaching your kids. Teaching your kids at home is very, very important. I want to talk about the importance. It helps a lot and does a lot of good to your child's academic and learning journey. Right now, here are a few reasons. I'm going to share with you a few reasons why teaching your kids at home is a game changer. The first one is the personalized attention. You see, your child is sure of getting the one-on-one attention that they deserve. In my free training, I talked about the importance of child-centered learning. And in case you've forgotten, the child-centered learning focuses on educating the child according to their interests, according to their needs, according to their learning styles, and their strengths as well. This way, it is tailored for the child specifically. You see, children are different and they also learn differently. When you tailor learning specifically to your child's strengths, it is very, very easy for the child to understand and thrive individually. Now, with this new individualized learning, it does something to your child's brain. It tells them that they are cared for, that they are loved. Naturally, they will feel more relaxed and they will learn better. And the second importance of this is the flexible learning environment. Like I was just saying, learning at home is very, very relaxing. Think of it. Where is the best place that your child feels comfortable? It's at home. Your child will open up more at home than he will in school at the presence of teachers. Home is where your child feels most comfortable and secure, making it an ideal place of learning. Teaching them at home provides them with a flexible learning environment for them. And then building strong bonds. Now, this one is so important, and one of the major benefits of teaching your kids is that as parents, you need to constantly nurture your bond with your kids. Facts. And there are so many ways to do this. Some people like going to shopping with them. Some just prefer having conversations and gisting with their kids. But one underrated way that nobody's talking about, that nobody does, that really, really works, is through teaching them. This is because you are in your element as your child's primary teacher. As a parent, you've already been ordained your child's primary teacher. You teach them a lot of things. You teach them potty training and a host of all other things. Because the moment you give birth to a child, you automatically become a teacher because you start teaching the child things. And your child is learning directly from you and is also spending time with you. Now, there's a phenomenon here. Have you heard of the saying that says impact drives connection? You see, when you associate knowledge with somebody, you are going to develop a likeness and fondness for that person. If you have someone you are learning with, you are learning from, before you know it, you start taking that person's matter personally. You start being very invested in that person just because you are learning from them. That's the same thing that happens when you teach your child. You are instilling a fondness for you in them. They're going to love you more, grow closer to you just for the fact that you are teaching them. Then, this one is about instilling a love for learning. See, by being actively involved in your child's learning, you can make learning an exciting adventure for your child. The teacher-centered learning happening in school, it is boring and it does not really excite them. But at home, you have the opportunity to right those wrongs. You can really take your time to spice it up, introduce unconventional ways to drive home the same point they learned and help them understand it so much better. Doing that instills the love of learning in your kids and gets them to really like reading and learning. The reason a lot of adults today hate reading so much is because they were taught using the dysfunctional education methods that is practiced in Nigerian schools. So their experience was not great, and that's why, in fact, I know some people that have not touched their books since they graduated from school. And this is the reason why our society is where it is at the moment. We know that readers are leaders, but how many of us read? See, when your child loves learning, he'll grow to make huge impact in society. Is that not what you want? Is that not what you want? And how the best way is to catch them young. Catching them young now is the surest path to creating a life of learning. Now that we know this, now that we know the importance of doing this, let's talk about the right kind of mindset you must have to teach your kids at home. Now, someone once made a joke that why is it that every course, before they even start saying anything, the first thing they say is mindset? Well, I'll tell you why today. Your mindset determines your success or your failure in anything that you do, period. It does not matter the strategy, it does not matter anything. Once you have a wrong mindset, you can categorically bet with anybody that you are going to fail. The same thing goes when you have the right mindset, you will categorically win. It's that simple. See, you can make the best plans, you can have the best of everything, you can even have me come down to your house. But if you don't have the mindset that this thing is going to work, that you're going to see results, then forget it. You will fail woefully. And that is why there is a whole school of thought talking about the power of the mind. Your mind is very powerful, and that is why we have to address how to think about this whole thing if you are going to see any success with it. What are the things you're going to feed your mind with? So what are the right mindsets to get into? Let's go. First one is the growth mindset. This is the very first one. The very first one. You have to believe strongly enough that you and your child can grow and improve with effort and perseverance. Yes, you have to deeply know that. You have to deeply know that. And just by playing your part, you will see the growth you are seeking. Be willing to embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. Don't rubbish challenges. Don't run away at the slightest sign of discomfort or a proper challenge. Those things they are engineered by nature to shaken or to remove the weak-handed people. Weak-handed people are people that have very negative mindsets or don't believe that it's going to work for them. When they have any little challenge at least, I beg, they're like, oh, that's the reason why. Let me pack my bag and go. Challenges are there to make you cross it. It's like a game. It gets tougher and you have to pass each level to get to the next level. Life in itself is a challenge. So why run away from challenges? You have to view mistakes as valuable part of the learning process. See, mistakes or errors or all of them are feedback. They are good things. It's okay to make mistakes. It means that you are doing something wrong. You can just finally seek out what the problem is and solve it. And you also need to pass on this kind of mentality to your child as well, because it's one of the things that really hold children down. Perfectionism that is expected from their parents. Parents expect them to be perfect in all areas, so the child feels a lot of pressure and shuts down, doesn't do anything. Engineering in yourself and in your child that can always improve with effort and perseverance. It doesn't matter what the results of today are. We just know that when you do the right things and you do them consistently, you are going to win. It is that simple. The second mindset that you need to have is openness to learning. You have to be open to learning new things yourself. In fact, the more you teach, the more you learn. Personally, since I started teaching, I've started learning a lot more than I would if I was not a teacher. Teaching is a continuous learning process, and being willing to educate yourself on new methods, new subjects, and new technologies and technique is going to benefit you. In fact, it's also going to benefit your child because giggle, the human brain is giggle, garbage in, garbage out. If you put proper things inside, proper things will come out and meet your child. If you put things that don't make any sense or that don't help in any manner there, they will also not make any sense to your child and not impact them in any way. It's really that simple. Now, the next thing that you also need to consider is flexibility. You have to also understand that as parents, things will not almost go your way all the time. You must not go planned. You have to be prepared to adjust your methods and your schedules based on your child's needs and interests. That is the core of individualized teaching. After all, why are you doing individualized teaching if you're not able to individualize it to the person you want to individualize it to? Figuring out a learning experience to the needs of an individual, that is basically what individualized learning is. And with human beings, we know that human beings are not constant. They're always changing. They're always discovering. That is why I put in flexibility, that you have to be willing to compromise. Maybe you're supposed to do something for cheap and then someone else. So configuring the learning experience to the needs of an individual, that is what ensures that learning remains a positive and stress-free experience. Now, let's talk about patience and persistence. If this is not the most important mindset you need, I don't know what is. Rome was not built in a day. You have to recognize that every good thing takes time. All you need is persistence. Doing the right things consistently is the one single thing that will guarantee you results. Don't expect magic. Don't expect magic. This is a mistake that most parents make. Don't expect magic. Yes, most times it won't take so much time. You know, you've seen testimonials of people that started working with me and then in 1 week they started seeing results. Most times it may not take that much time, but it is better to expect that it will, but it doesn't, than to expect that it won't take time and then it now does. One of them is going to make you more frustrated. It's better to assume that it will take longer only for it to come sooner than to expect it to come sooner only for it to take longer. Do you get? The next mindset is the positivity and enthusiasm. You see, you have to approach teaching your child with a positive attitude and genuine enthusiasm. When you are excited to teach your child, that excitement will rub off on them. It will motivate your child and inspire them. Even on the tough days, you have to keep up appearance. This is where you are going to be really tested, because you have to be positive, you have to be enthusiastic, because children feed off energy. And that is why I say that you are only required to teach your child in just 20 minutes a day. That way, 20 minutes is not such a long time. It will not bore you, it will not stretch you out, and you are able to really channel all the positivity you can in that moment without having to fake it or anything. You can just 20 minutes of having fun with my child, basically, and you can use it so long as you are enthusiastic. Because if you are drum and your child is just looking at you, like, that child is not going to be interested in whatever reading that you are doing, because the energy is low. Then another mindset you need is empathy and understanding. Most of the time, parents don't really consider their child. They don't consider it from an angle of they've forgotten what it means to be a child, actually. For you to really teach your child or to teach children, you have to put yourself in your child's shoes and understand their perspective, understand how they feel, what they feel, even if you can't remember what it feels like at the moment. But know that these things happen. Don't be quick to lose your cool and your composure. Don't be quick to condemn, like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Don't be so quick. With empathy and understanding, you will be able to relate to your child's feelings and make them feel heard. When you can relate, it is so much easier to address their fears, their frustrations, and joy too. When you know how they feel, the right thing to say, and you'll be able to say it well enough for the child to pick up. Let's move to the next mindset, which is to focus on the journey, not the destination. Now, I know this one is a bit hard. Some parents, they make the mistake of dwelling too much on the reward, the end goal, instead of focusing on doing what they have to do today. See, I understand that you are doing this because you want to see your child do excellently in school. I understand. That's exactly what you were promised. But it is important that you focus on the process of doing this, not on the results that you are going to get. The reason is because when you focus on the results, number one, it might seem so far away. Number two, if it does not come soon enough, you will start getting frustrated. But if you focus on the day-to-day, if you focus on basically doing all you can today, then you are able to give your best to your child at that particular moment. And that application of your best is what will guarantee your success. If you do the perfect things to do every day, then you can almost guarantee your result. But if you are so perplexed, if you are so fixated on the end goal, you end up not even doing the things that you're supposed to do today just because you spend the whole of the day hoping and praying that the end goal should quick come. Like I always tell my private clients, the process is the result. The process is the result. It is in doing what needs to be done that you can truly get the result. But sometimes focusing on the results can even paralyze you from doing the right things you need to do. I think I just said this. He who loves walking will walk farther than one who is just walking to get to their destination. I didn't come up with this, but it is true. The next mindset that you need to have is what we call self-compassion. Now, for the fact that you are even here in this course, I need you to know that you're already a great parent. You are doing so well. The first thing parents make, the mistake they make all the time, they are always taking responsibility for problems that they did not create. You have to be kind to yourself. Recognize that you are doing your best and that it is okay for you to have off days. Self-compassion, forgiving yourself or being kind to yourself, allows you to stay motivated and maintain your own well-being. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your child. If you can't take care of their needs, be kind to yourself. Self-compassion allows you to be motivated. It helps you to know that, oh, I'm a human being and I deserve some accolades. It's that simple. Don't pressure yourself too much. Don't kill yourself with pressure. Next one is proactivity. See, you can't afford to be docile and dormant. Your mindset about teaching your child must be proactive. You must be proactive in seeking out resources, in support, and new ideas that will make teaching your child way easier. Connect with other parents. Thankfully, we have a community where you can share exactly what you are doing and the struggles you are facing with other parents. Get the educational resources to enhance your training. Get that. You have to be proactive. It's not a dull thing. You have to really be proactive. Then play the long game. Like, it's clear to what I said about focusing on the destination, focusing on the journey, not on the destination. You must always look at the bigger picture now, right? Always remember the bigger picture. See, education, your children being first in the class, second, they are good, but they are not the point. The point is impacting the life of learning, the joy of learning, and to build a habit and prepare your child for the life that they are going to have, the kind of life that they will have. Education is a life journey, and the skills, values, and habits that you instill in your child today, they are going to have lasting impact. So focus on that. It is more than just having good grades. It's about setting your child up in a journey where they get to be exceptional in life due to the things that you have done from their childhood. What are the qualities you need? We talked about the mindset to introduce this course. Now, what are the qualities you need to really teach your child? The qualities you need. There are some qualities you need in order to be able to teach your child the right way. It can be fulfilling, but without these qualities, you will struggle to create a successful and enjoyable experience for your child. What's the first one? Patience. Patience. This is the number one quality you must have. In fact, to be a good teacher means that you are a patient teacher. Your child may not get what you are explaining immediately. Don't get frustrated. I was on a call yesterday and a lady was telling me the same thing, and I said, don't lose focus. Don't get distracted, basically. And also, don't become impatient. Don't become impatient. Keep trying. Instead, if you do it one way and they don't get it, ask questions. We'll help you. Try another method. Keep trying until you get it. Never run out of patience. Impatience in teachers is going to destroy everything you are doing. It's going to destroy everything. Try as much as possible to not be impatient. Then, teamwork and collaboration. You see, you have to view teaching your kids as a collaborative effort between you and your child. They don't get that in school, so you are complementing that at home. You have to know that, oh, you're not instructing your child, you are working with them. Involve them in setting the goals, in choosing what to study, making decisions about their learning. Involve them. This makes them feel like they are part of the experience, and in turn makes them become more comfortable, become more responsible towards making sure that the teaching at home is successful, that they're actually learning. The next thing you need is consistency. See, you just have to be consistent. Don't have to do come today and come tomorrow. Don't come tomorrow. You have to do what you have to do every day for as long as is required. Consistency helps your child to develop a sense of discipline. That is why we have some tools in place to motivate you and reward you for staying consistent. It's only people that stay consistent that are going to win the grand prize. Stay consistent in teaching your child. So important. Then creativity. You need creativity. Children learn best when they are having fun. So you have to make learning fun. Channel your inner child and play around a subject. It has more impact than trying to be serious through it and carry cane and drop on the table and be like, oh yeah, junior, recite this. If you don't get it, I'll flog you. Play. Find creative ways to teach your child. Find creative ways to communicate the same thing that you are trying to communicate with serious face as a meme or as something funny. Be creative. Use games, storytelling, art and craft, hands-on activities to make learning experience fun. All of that needs creativity. As a parent, you will improvise a lot, and that's where your creativity comes in. The next quality is organization. Planning and organizing your lessons and materials will make the teaching process much more smoother. An organized environment also helps your child to know what to expect and how to navigate their learning experience. When I was talking about the right mindset, I also mentioned how empathy is a needed quality. Understanding your child's feelings and their struggles is very vital. Whatever you do, try to see things from their lens. Empathy will help you to connect with your child on an emotional level, making it easier to motivate and support them. Then there's also communication skills. You need to have communication skills. Communication is a two-way street. Encourage the open dialogue and listen actively to your child's thoughts and their feelings. Then you also need to be an encourager and a support system. Offering constant encouragement and support builds your child's confidence. Not we are willing to always encourage their effort, always praise their effort, not the ones that they got right. Celebrate what they are able to achieve, no matter how little, and provide reassurance during the difficult times. That's all. And last but not the least, commitment. Teaching at home requires your commitment. When you commit to something, you will do anything it takes. It requires dedicated effort. I was in a meeting the other day and this man made a very funny analogy about commitment. He said, you know how a chicken gives birth to an egg and then you take that egg and you fry it and then you eat fried eggs, right? That's a commitment. But a higher commitment is, think about suya. The cow literally had to give up his life. He actually had to die that suya will come out. And that's the best form of commitment because this one is able to lay down his life. The other one is just a byproduct. In this case, the cow is very committed to you making your suya. That's why the cow agreed to die, right? You have to be really committed. That's the point I'm trying to make. Nobody succeeds at anything without commitment. I hope that you make a commitment to follow yourself and to follow through. All right, make sure you follow through. The journey will be worth it. In summary, for today's lesson, we've discussed the importance of teaching your kids at home, the mindset to have as well as the qualities you need to be able to properly teach your kids at home. Now, your task for today is to watch this video again, and then in the group, I want you to share the key takeaways for this lesson, the key takeaways that you got. Now, remember, there's a reward for participating and doing the tasks that you're given. There's a reward for posting what you learned today in the comments, in the community. There's also a reward for all of that. So make sure you are engaging, all right? Thank you, guys, and see you in tomorrow's session.